Okay, so I got an update last night. So overall, I'm still at version 11.1. Different build number though. So it's 2023.20.7, which has some what they call minor fixes. My FSD beta is still at 11.3.6. My navigation data is still at 14.515. I got a couple errands to go run today, so let's get through those and see what happens. Okay, so how are we doing so far? I'm in Cedar Park. So, came from City Hall in Lago Vista out to the bank. No problems. The infamous, famous Tesla traffic light, it didn't pop up the message. And this time, although it slowed down, it only slowed down to 45, so it didn't slow down quite as severely. So somehow there's an improvement. Now, there were several minor enhancements done with this last release, but it didn't really tell me what those changes were. Maybe they made a change in this area, who knows. Of course, the road rager part of FSD or Ego is I'm in the outside lane. He's crowding that inside lane for some reason. I don't know why. Sometimes he just does. And then all of a sudden a car will come up and go by and you go, oh, I need to get centered. Well, if you just stay centered all the time, you wouldn't have that problem. But anyway, peace and harmony. I mean, other than, the stoplight is an improvement, right? And the lane centering, I don't know. I don't know. It's just something that's been showing up lately. But whatever. It's not crossing the line. It's not being outrageously dangerous. I mean, it's not like the other cars that are actually have their wheels on the line or crossing the line. It's just kind of crowding the line. So far, so good. All right, so I just got my registration, and first thing I did is went down Travis County, exchanged plates. Okay, not first thing, but I mean, as soon as I got those plates, I went down Travis County, and now I've registered to the other plates that I'm going to put on the car. So, traveling over here, navigation was really mad. I didn't turn to go on the Lakeline Boulevard. I would have had to turn back against traffic, so I chose to go the straighter way. Maybe a little bit longer, I don't know, a mile, whatever. So had to cancel out of FSD for a little while until I got down to Bell Boulevard, and then it started navigating, and it was good. So other than that, it's fine. There was a little shenanigans where I switched lanes to go around a slower vehicle there was a car in front of me, or was a car after I switched lanes, there was a car in front of me, and so the slower vehicle I was going to go around, guess what, he switched to my lane. Isn't that wonderful? But anyway, that's the way life goes. What else I want to say about this? So turning right on Lakeline Boulevard, there's a merge lane there, and you can use that merge lane, but it looks like the car didn't understand it. Right? I mean, he's going, oh, and I get it, there was a dump truck there, and even after the dump truck cleared, there was another car. I had to wait for that car. But then after that, it was clear to merge left a little bit, but then there was a pickup over there. I don't know if Ego picked up he was going to turn left, or he was just being a jerk. I don't know which one. Although I will say that later on, that pickup truck did merge right. After I slowed down enough for other traffic to go by on the left so I could get left, then he merged right. So maybe he wouldn't be in the spot that I took. I don't know. Whatever, peace and harmony. But because FSD, Ego was kind of freaking out about it, I just took the car off FSD and navigated around traffic to get turned around and get back on track. Okay, no big deal. There was a spot along FM 620. It's halfway between the Home Depot and HEB, if that makes sense to those of you here. And for some reason, all of a sudden, the car said it's 35 miles an hour here. I have no idea why. So I stopped stopped FSD and called it in saying, well, I have no idea why we're going 35 here. All the signs say 55. So what in the world? So it tells you, that confirms, for those of you who've been wondering, yes, we must be using some navigation data for speeds as well. It has to be. I don't know what else it could be. To be fair, I wasn't really paying that close attention to the signs, because I know this whole stretch is 55 as far as I know, and I've been up and down 620 a lot of times. So anyway, peace and harmony. After I called that in, because we were almost down to the TAC office, I just went without FSD. Anyway, we'll see. So next step is to move on. Let's go to Walmart, buy some groceries, and go home. Okay, so here we are at Walmart. Yeah, it's much more chill this afternoon. Now, I did get an update. There's several things I noticed that look slightly different. So there was a right turn lane that opened up, and it's going to right turn only. It's very short. Maybe it had a chance because it blinked like it was going to go, and then it said, oops. Now, I don't know if that's what it's saying, but that's the action where it turned it off pretty quickly. So that's good. So that the section going south on 620 where it said it was 35 zone, coming back, I noticed a little more detail. So it goes down to 35, then comes up to 45, and then goes down 35. And then when we finally pass another 55 sign, it says, oh, it's 55. So I don't know. Obviously, it's not the signs on the road, it's map data. If only somebody could edit that map data. But whatever, it's a peace and harmony, it's good. So coming up on it was going to go down Anderson Mill Road to go up Lakeline. Through a combination of roads, but anyway. Because of all the cars already stacked up trying to make a left turn there, the car just kind of got confused and kind of stopped where he was. The left turn lane did not have the turn signal on, so they couldn't go. And the straight ahead light was green, so I just took it off FSD, went down to the next road where I know it goes across, and eventually navigation caught up and straightened it back out. And from that point on, it was great. Other than apparently Walmart's going through is resurfacing their parking lot, and so they had some traffic barrels out of the entrance most people take, and I tried giving the car accelerator to keep it going. The interpret that as go ahead and turn left. I don't know, that's a kind of a fail there, isn't it? I mean, there's traffic barrels there. You can't turn through traffic barrels. At least I thought you couldn't. A normal driver would not do that. On the other hand, the car in front of me was also turning left, and it was not a Tesla, so they didn't have FSD. So they must have had some other excuse. So anyway, whatever, I braked, took it off, turned into the other entrance, and we're good. So that one was kind of bad, but you know, that was an unusual edge case, so I'll give him a little break there, or a little grace, whatever you want to call it. Okay, peace and harmony, we're doing good. All right, here we are, Boggy Ford Road. This Expedition, whatever it is, was going slow earlier. Now all of a sudden you can stay up in front of me. Well, I'm catching. Wait, what? Whatever. Oh, I'm coming up. Where is it? Come on. road. There we are. There's our warning, 20, and we're down to 30. So like I said, I don't get it. I mean, if you're respecting the sign, you go down to 20. Okay, whatever. We're doing 30 in a 20 zone, if you want to take that view of it. Okay, let's keep the camera rolling. Yeah, so it's gonna do right turn signal, indicate it's gonna go straight. Because after navigation told him to bear right, although actually all I was doing is following the road. Uh, 40. Recognizes 40. So what I'm hoping to do, if it does it again, I'm hoping to catch it slowing down to 30 with the sign. I don't know. Rockwood. And by the way, Dan, I do have one hand on the wheel right now, so for the sake of that argument, I guess you can call it my Tesla interior cam. There's a 30, doesn't even blink. So we're still going 40. So why back there in the 20 zone do we go 30? But in the 30 zone we don't go 30. The only difference is, well, I don't know what the difference is. The numbers. Naturally, yes, it slows down to 33 going around the curves. The car is really afraid of curves. But I guess that's better than the alternative. Not being complete road rage and go across lines and stuff. Alright, well, it didn't shut down, so other than it slowed down slightly, 33 in a 40 zone for the curves, but otherwise it's doing just fine. I don't know. Okay, Poe Cove, no cars. So Poe Cove, for those of you who don't know, is an almost blind intersection. Because you're sort of cresting a hill, coming off a hill, and those cars are down below the vision line, so they can't see you coming. And although once you crest that hill, you'll see them, you may miss it. All right, that's enough for now. Reduce speed ahead. All right, so how do we describe this one? So the Walton Way coming out of Walmart and there in Cedar Park, I mean, not that I expected it to be fixed already, but still doing the same thing. Interesting, it's following Tesla this time. So again, I'm the third car in the line. So the car in front of me is making a legal right turn. Ego in my car is charting a course to cut across the painted off spot to go around the car in front of me that's making a legal right turn. And so this car is not even looking at that car. And come on, it's a Tesla. Anyway, whatever, peace and harmony. Today was the takeover of the horrendously slow traffic. I mean, really? But this is about the Ego, so that was before. Sorry, I was remembering that there was a car he didn't want to go around for some reason. But that's not this one. Or is it? I think it is this one, actually. Yes. It is in this segment. This segment where I turn on left turn signal. I want him to go around, and there's room for him to go around. The pickup in front of me is going slower. Okay, whatever. Hit the brake, disengage FSD, go around. There was no reason not to go around. Absolutely none. But whatever, peace and harmony, whatever, we survived. So, re-invoke FSD, continue on, getting towards Jonestown. I'm finding there's a bunch of traffic for some reason going kind of slow. Maybe not really slow, but going kind of slow. In Jonestown itself, there was somebody who was turning left, and apparently everybody was backing up behind him. I mean, there's 2 lanes you can be in, so going in the left lane is actually riskier from the viewpoint of there might be somebody turning left somewhere, because it does happen. Whatever. I mean, I went left lane. There was space to get over to the right, so I got over to the right, went right by, no big deal. But for some reason, on the west side of Jonestown, everybody suddenly is going slow. No, I don't mean just 45 slow, because that's speed limit. I mean like 35, 30 slow. Okay, whatever. Let's just call it this, okay? So Road Rager comes out of Vigo, and he decides he's going to turn to go around the cars. You know, there's no lane. Okay, so there's a gas station there. It looks like he saw a pavement, decided he was going to go right. So he's pulling into a gas station. Hit the brakes, disengage, pull it back, send a message like, I have no idea why the car's turning right here. I mean, as far as I know, my gas tank is not empty, because I don't have a gas tank. Now, you could argue I'm down to 26%, which means I was down around 30% in Jonestown. That's still plenty, right? It takes about 5-6% of battery to go from Walmart to my house. I have plenty of battery. I think it's just he's road raging. He wants to get around traffic. And believe me, I'm getting frustrated and tired too, but like I said before, road raging is not going to help anything. Whatever, peace and harmony. For some reason, once we get up to the 55 zone, there was another car turning left ahead of us, I think. It's part of the reason why things were going slow. But that's not the only reason. But I can't really tell you for sure, because I'm behind a pickup pulling a trailer who's going, well, I think I can. Right? I mean, and he's going, oh no, but I have to be in the fast lane. Why? Why do you have to be in the fast lane? You're not passing anybody. Now, there was another pickup in the right lane. If for some reason it was going 43, let's call it, as opposed to the 44 the pickup in front of me is doing. This is in a 55 zone. Right? I mean, if that pickup just pulled over, I'd be gone. I would. I've had enough today. Anyway, peace and harmony, enough road rage talk. So, eventually, the Mr. Pickup does recognize, so he finally gets past the other pickup. So he has his sights on the dump truck that's pulled away from the light, and that dump truck's loaded too, because he has the cloth over his back. Right? He's loaded and he's pulling away. It's like he's laughing. Ah, you dummies. Whatever, peace and harmony. I don't know. The traffic was crazy this afternoon on 1431. Okay, whatever. So we're coming up on Tesla's famous traffic light at West Reed Park Road and FM 1431. Well, it does not throw up the signal, the warning. Okay, that's progress. It slows down to 45. Of also progress. So, and then starts speeding up a little bit, then slows down to 45, then goes. Okay, so, I mean, he's still not sure because it's blinking bottom up. So he must be thinking when the bottom yellow goes off, it's about to go red. And that's the way that signal looks to him, I'm sure. I don't know. I don't know why they did that way, but it is. Whatever piece. They should have just made them single yellow flashing lights. But anyway, the good news is he appears to be somewhat better about it. I hope that's what it is. All right, so eventually the pickup does pull out of the way. I'm kind of going, but I can see in front of me, a ways up, there's a Prius. Of course, it's a Toyota. He's going way slow in the fast lane, the inside lane. I don't know. What's he doing here? Maybe he's trying to save gas. If you want to save gas, move to the right side and be in the slow lane with other slow traffic. But whatever, what do you want? It's a Toyota. Kind of expect that. And some little red car with an MLIF label on the back of it. I have no idea. Whatever. Peace and harmony. People only focus on themselves going and don't think about blocking other people. It's just the way it is. Okay. So anyway, so there's another pickup. Was he coming up? Oh, he turned out from Destination Way. Destination Way is the road that's roughly a mile away from Loman Ford. Anyway, he pulls out, but he doesn't get on the gas. He goes, oh, look, there's a car coming straight at me. If it keeps going the same speed, it'll run right into me. Oh, why should I go fast? Of course, it's a Ford F-150. I mean, everybody knows they're a piece of junk. What? You disagree? Have you ever followed a Ford F-150? Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, not everybody's like that, but I'm being real negative on this guy because he deserves it. All right, so anyway, he's in the right lane. Finally, I go by him, or I go around him, I guess. I don't remember. No, I can't. There's not enough room. I'm thinking about going around him. We're both in the left lane. Okay, I'm thinking about going around him, but I can't. Okay, we're coming up Loman Ford. The left turn lane's going to open up. Left turn signal on my car. I pull in that left turn lane. Boom. I have a feeling Mr. Ford wanted to go into that turn lane. Why? Because as soon as my car was next to him, he started slowing down like, oh, what do I do now? Well, guess what? The light's about to turn red up there, or at least the turn lane light's turning red. Now, why do I say this? Because the go straight lanes still have a green light, so he went through the go straight lanes. He turned down there at that entrance to come in the back way to Ace Hardware. Okay, whatever. Fine, who cares? You know, if you're going to cut somebody off, first of all, you're going to cut somebody off, you should go. Don't wait around for an accident, you should go. And if you're going to make a left turn, you ought to pay attention to where you are so you can make that left turn. Okay, note to Tesla, if you're coming up on a busy intersection, you need to make a left turn, you need to start moving over early. Or at least think about moving over early. It's a common practice around here. Whatever. I mean, for an intersection like the one on the Andersonville Road, I'm ignoring the yellow line. I'm moving into because there is a turn lane, just not meant for that turn signal. But the cars are stacking up, whatever, piece of armor. I sent a recording on that too. It's like, if you're going to turn left, you got to plan for it. Come on, man. All right, peace and armor. So anyway, I essentially cut that truck off. Right? If he had been going, I would have been fine with him. But instead, he kind of cut me off. So I cut him back off. fine, whatever. All right, so at this point, did I turn FSD at this point? I may have already turned FSD off. From this point on, until I got into boggy forward, I'd left it off. Right, what's the point right now? I'm tired of all this traffic. And FSD does not handle this well. It really doesn't. That doesn't mean it should be banned. I mean, I'm still 11.3.6 as opposed to the 14.4.4 that even Ross Gerber has. But anyway, peace and harmony. Okay, so I get on boggy forward. I do record along this area. So when we hit the blind intersection 20-mile-per-hour warning sign, it's a warning sign, not a speed limit sign. That's where the speed limit goes down to 30. I mean, there's no 30-mile-per-hour speed limit sign there. So it's pretty obvious that, yes, Tesla uses some map data for some speed limit stuff. I mean, it's pretty obvious from today's drive. Because there was no signs out there indicating that they should make a change. But anyway, which means you got to go edit your map data. Clean it up. Anyway, so that was good. The other one that I thought for the one day where it's only went to 30, the warning sign that goes down to 30, no, it didn't wink, it didn't blink, nothing. It just kept going 40. Well, not really, because it really doesn't like those curves. It's an S, so it doesn't like that S curve at all. So it slows down to 33 there, 33, 34, whatever it is, it slows down there. But you know, from this car, I've learned to expect that. You know, one might hold out hope that hardware 4 could handle it differently, but I already have 2 Teslas, so I'm not going to get hardware 4 anytime soon, right? I mean, unless my wonderful daughter and her wonderful husband come and say, "Oh, we really need a Model Y." Okay, I got one. Of course, you could buy a new one for less than you paid for mine, so what's the point? Is that probably, that's what my guess is. And the Model 3, I just got it. No, you can't have a Model 3. Now, if you give me a brand new Model 3 Performance to replace this Model 3 Performance, well, then I'd have to suffer through that. Break my heart. Anyway, peace and harmony. So, you know, I don't know. It seems lately I've had a lot of traffic issues coming west on 1431. I don't know why. It's just people from, what are they, from California? Right? From California, either you drive like a bat out of hell, or you drive like as if you're paying $5.50 per gallon for gas. And guess what? That's what California does pay. Right? So some people go really slow. But if you go really slow, get in the right lane. Get out of the way. Especially if we're going for like 5 miles, there's no reason to stay in left lane. Okay, whatever. So, today, except for the one little thing with the gas station there, Mr. Road Rage was pretty much limited. I mean, there were some places where we're crowding the left lane, but we're not going over the line, so at least we got that. And he's doing it even when there's not cars there. So when he sees a car there, he'll kind of come back to center. I don't know why he's not staying to center. Did somebody do some math and say, oh, if you go around a left-hand curve, you can save X number of inches? Who cares? I don't want to be in an accident. I want to swap paint. There's a safety component here. Okay, whatever, peace and harmony. So, ignoring the one thing with the gas station, and of course the weird traffic's not Ego's fault. So I would say we're back up to, let's call it a B+. I mean, it did feel like there were some small slight improvements made, Not that I saw it called out in the release notes, but it does feel like it's ever so slightly better. So let's go with that. How does that feel? All right, so we survived. Nothing really bad. I mean, there was that one pickup that he turned red. And you know, I saw that pickup there, but I didn't see, there's no way to see the signal because they're next to you. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. B+. Onward and upward.